Vinicius Jr., this one's for you. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DeMoose Art, more than just a pen, back with another video. Today we are going to be enjoying Vinicius Jr. with his celebration using these juicy ballpoint pens, my favorite tool. I'm going to keep this short, say what I need to say. Vinicius Jr., keep smiling, keep loving your football, keep dancing. Us as football fans all over the world are behind you. Keep doing you, keep winning, keep scoring, and tearing up La Liga. We're here. Let's get into this drawing. Alright, welcome back to another commentary. It's been a while. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was kind of nervous for this drawing because I can't remember the last time I drew a football player fully kitted out. It's normally just head and shoulders, no knees, no toes. I'm just doing the head and shoulders. I was really nervous, but it turned out well. So I started off at the nostril. Why did I start at the nostril? I do not know. I'm not gonna. When I was analyzing the image, it looked like the smartest place to start. So I just went with it. Like, you know how I am. I'm doing the Lego technique. I like to dissect the image before I even start. I spend a few, like 20-30 minutes dissecting the image because I am drawing freehand. There's no sketch, there's no base. It's just me attacking the paper, which I love the most. So I was nervous and excited at the same time because I couldn't wait to get into the drawing. But like I said, it's been a while since I drew a fully kitted out player. So skin tone, the colors that I use are orange, I use brown, I use pink, and I use yellow. Those are the 4 standard colors I use for skin tone. It rotates depending on the image and the person that I'm drawing, but those are the 4 colors I use all the time for skin tone. So I started nose, then I went up to the eyes, did a bit of the forehead, and then I went down and did the lips. My drawing technique is a Lego technique. That's what I've named it. It's like Lego, you know, you take little pieces and build it up, and eventually you have a complete image. So you don't get overwhelmed, because if you can just look at the image as a whole, it can be a bit too much, like, whoa, how am I gonna go about drawing this? So I like to break it down as much as possible, you know, whether it's the nostril, whether it's the shadow from the nose up into the eye, and just really break it down. It's definitely worked over the years for me. Now we are working on the hair, and one thing I always say about hair is follow the direction the hair is going in. If the hair is curly, make sure you are doing rotated circles like I am here. If the hair is straight, make sure you are doing straight. If the hair is curved, make sure you're doing curved lines. Follow the direction of the hair. It's the best advice I can give anyone drawing hair. Hair's pretty fun, pretty easy. It's just a lot of rotating, so it does take time. But I like to do the dark parts first, and then I'll do the light parts, and then I'll add all the other colors and shades that I see within the hair. It's not me saying that his hair's dyed blue, but those are the shades I see in the image, in the reference photo. So that was it. This is probably the hardest part, the face, for most people. But for me, the hardest part, I'm not gonna lie, is the kit. Because football kits have all these, you have the sponsors on the kit, you have the creases and all that kind of stuff. So the kit is very, very difficult. And like I said, it's been a while since I've done it. If you're wondering what brand of pens I'm using as well, I am using Staedtler, which is my favorite brand. This is not sponsored. I just love Staedtler. They're quality pens. I use Bic as well. Bic is a fairly good brand as well. And then a lot of random off-branded type of pens. I'm one of those artists, when I see pens, it's a purchase. I don't ask questions, and I'll ask questions later. No, I don't even ask questions. I just buy it, because you can never have too many pens. Even though technically speaking, I have enough pens to last me for at least the next 20 years. Shout out to Staedtler. They did hook me up a few years back when I worked with them. I still have those pens because, like I said, I'm one of those artists. I work very lightly, which is what we're working on right now. The shirt, it is a white shirt. So how am I gonna go about drawing this white shirt? So I'm gonna use the paper to my advantage because the paper's white, and then it's more about the control of the pen. Black, you can create so many different tones, from light gray all the way to really dark black, and the key there is control. How much control do you have over the pen? If you lack control, it's going to be very noticeable when you're doing a shirt that's a white kit. So you really have to have that control over the pen. I've said it 3-4 times in the last 30 seconds. Control, pressure control, pressure control. Hands is another one that a lot of people struggle with. But again, don't be afraid of it. Attack it. You know, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes you better. But you just got to keep at it. One of the greatest things for me when it comes to drawing was growing up without any rules. It was just me learning. You know, I had to make the mistakes, understand where I made the mistakes, and learn from it. I think obviously nowadays there's so much information out there. You've got the YouTube, you've got the Skillshares, you've got what else? You've got Pinterest, Instagram, you know, all these social platforms where you can sit for hours watching other people draw and teach you how to draw. Luckily for me, when I was younger, I had to go to the library and figure it out for myself. Like there was not really any, I didn't really look at books. The only books that I read were comic books, and then I would look at the image and be like, oh, I like that, let me draw it. And I'll draw it. Sometimes the head will be too big, sometimes the arm might be too big, or the torso might be too short, you know. But that was the way I learned. I had to go through all those mistakes, all those hurdles to be where I am today, where I can draw an image without no sketch, you know, no base, just pick up a pen and just attack the paper. There was a lot of trial and error. So if you're new and this is something you want to learn, definitely you're gonna have to go through those growing pains, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. This is my favorite part, you know, watching the time lapse and seeing the image come together from a blank piece of paper to a full-on image. I just love that feeling. I know some people are like, Musa, you do realize that you're one mistake away from having to start the whole image again. And there's some people that don't realize that until the drawing is complete. They're like, wait a minute, if he made one mistake, he would have had to start the whole thing again. The whole thing would have been ruined. Text is hard, man. Text is so hard because you got to get that spacing right. You got to get the length right. There's so many measurements when it comes to the text part. So I was low-key nervous for that. And as you can see here with all the grays and everything, I'm really letting the white come through the paper. Till this day, my family, sometimes they see my doing it. So how did you do the white? I'm like, that's paper. They're like, what do you mean? There's not a white pen? I'm like, no. It's only the paper that I'm using to my advantage in order to create that illusion of the white shirt. But like I said, guys, you're gonna have to go through all those growing pains in order to become a better artist. Here, just control. One thing I would teach you guys real quick, technique, is when you're really trying to do these light areas, make sure to hold your hand up higher on the page, on the pen, sorry. Hold it higher so that way you have more of a loose control and it's harder for you to do a darker shade. Normally when I'm doing like very detailed areas, that's when I'll go closer towards the nib of the pen and hold it there to really have more control and be able to do those darker tones. But when I want it to be loose, like a light shade, I'll pull my hand higher up on the pen. So that's a little technique there. Save it, try it in your future drawings. Now we went down to the shorts. Fairly same technique, you know, shorts. Hair shading using orange and then brown on top. Slowed it down for you guys so you can see how I went about. And then after that, there was some darker areas, so I brought in the black pen, but I do tell people to be careful with the black one. You can go way too dark, so I would rather use certain colors to do the shading and everything, and last result would be the black pen because it could be a sticky situation. So try and avoid the black when it comes to doing like shades and stuff. Try and use like really dark brown and just build up from there. Then we just added a little bit of grass to make it look complete, and just gave it that detail. And then it was signing time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, I'm very happy with the final result. I'm not always happy with the final result, but this one, seeing that I haven't done this for like 2+ years, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. So there you have the final drawing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends, your family, all football lovers across the world. That will be a huge help to me and the channel. Leave a comment below on the next player you would like for me to draw. I already got a player, and Haaland I'm going to be drawing. I'm going to be drawing Haaland because that guy is on fire right now. My man's got like 14 goals in 10 games. He's moving mad. He's moving crazy. And it's only right that I draw him. Let me know what player you would like to see in the comment section. And I'll catch you lot in the next one. Peace.